Latest development, the US is now temporarily suspending all military aid to Ukraine, and according to White House officials, it won't resume until President Trump has determined that Ukraine was demonstrably committed to peace negotiations with Russia. Ukraine's President Zelenskyy earlier said he didn't believe the war with Russia would end anytime soon, drawing an angry response from Trump, who called it the worst statement that could have been made by the Ukrainian leader, and that America would not put up with it any longer. Hours later, the news emerged that President Trump had suspended deliveries of all US military aid to Ukraine in an effort to apply additional pressure on Zelenskyy in the main.
President Zelenskyy supposedly made a statement today in AP. I'm not a big fan of AP, so maybe it was an incorrect statement, but he said he thinks the war's going to go on for a long time. And he better not be right about that. He should be more appreciative, because this country has stuck with them through thick and thin. We've given them much more than Europe, and Europe should have given more than us, because, as you know, that's right there. That's the border.
That is disputed after analysis by the German think tank, the Kyiv Institute, that tracks aid to Ukraine, showing that Europe, in fact, had given more aid to Ukraine than the United States. Europe at around 132 billion euros versus 114 billion euros from the USA, as the implications of the US military pause were still being digested.
Difficult for Europe to fill the gap, and there are some areas where it will become more difficult. But Ukraine has shown that it can survive, that it will be willing to fight, willing to defend its existence, because this is about Russia wanting to wipe Ukraine off the map. But it is also about Russia wanting to wipe the current European security order off the map. So we will have to collectively defend Ukraine, help Ukraine even more than we have done before. And this is, I think, the main conclusion we have to draw from the withdrawal of Trump from the alliance of Trump now with Russia, is that we simply will have to do much more than we have done in the past.
As he did in the Oval Office last week, Ukraine's president insists his country needs security guarantees as part of any future peace deal being pushed by the United States.
Today
at the staff meeting, we addressed some special issues concerning our state's resilience. We are working through all the possible scenarios to protect Ukraine. The primary scenario is to maintain our positions and create conditions for proper diplomacy, ensuring that this war ends as soon as possible with a decent peace. We need peace, real, fair peace, not an endless war. And we need security guarantees.
Back in Ukraine, after his visits to the United States and the United Kingdom, where European leaders rallied to support Zelenskyy after his hostile reception in Washington.
Today, we continued our work with European partners on a special diplomatic and security architecture, an architecture that can bring peace closer. This is something we discussed in London recently, and before that with many world leaders. Ukraine, all of Europe, and America, together, we can ensure decades of stability. To achieve, we must be constructive, work together, complement each other's proposals, and accelerate diplomacy to end this war.
Ukraine's leader has also indicated that they are ready to proceed with a rare minerals agreement with the United States. President Trump expected to provide more details on his vision for peace between Russia and Ukraine when he addresses a joint sitting of Congress later Tuesday night. His decision likely to affect deliveries of ammunition and military equipment, including shipments that had already been signed off by the administration of former President Joe Biden. Kyiv, SABC News, New York.